Good day, grade 9 students, and congratulations because you have accomplished Unit 1 of this quarter. For week 3, we'll open a new unit, and at the end of this quarter, you will need to prepare a food item related to it. Unit 2 is about preparing appetizers, and our LO1 for this week is Perform Miss and Class. The following are the different concepts that we will cover for this week. First, Lesson 1, Tools, Equipment, and Utensils needed in preparing appetizers. And Lesson 2, Classification of appetizers and variety of ingredients in preparing appetizers. Before continuing this video, make sure that you have accomplished already the Explore activity in your Genia package. It is to check what you already know about this unit. It is because at the end of the unit, you will prepare, present, and store appetizers. And as we go on with the discussion, try to find an answer for this question. So how can we successfully prepare quality appetizers? To start, let us first acquaint yourself of what appetizers is. And this food item is termed differently in different countries like antipasto in Italian, hors d'oeuvres in French, zanzai in Japanese, and pampagana in Tagalog. So those items pertains to the assortment of delicacies served in small or bite-sized portions. And the main purpose why we have appetizers is to stimulate one's appetite before the main course. It could also fill the hungry stomachs of the guests as they wait and gather while the main courses of the meal are being prepared. Aside from stimulating one's appetite, and since they are taken lightly, appetizers can also provide nutrients that can either be a supplement or complement the nutrients in the major meal. Those nutrients came from the variety of ingredients used in the different appetizers recipe. So like proteins from fishes, eggs, and bacons, vitamins and minerals from fruits and vegetables, carbohydrates from breads, cakes, and pastries, and fats from mayo dips, cheese, and cream. Before going further, so students, one of the most important part of food preparation is performing mise en place. And mise en place, it is a French term which means set in place. That is, you have everything ready to cook and in its place. So you have to be able to identify and prepare all the needed tools and equipment as well as the ingredients to make the preparation and cooking easily. In any food preparation activity, there will always be the presence of kitchen tools and equipment. In relation to it, so what are the different tools and equipment that we need in preparing appetizers? So here are some of them. We have colander, blender, baking pans, paring knife, egg cooker, hand mixer, trays, slicer, grater, and rolling pin. So for the other tools, please refer to pages 32 to 36 of your TLE learning book. In addition to the tools mentioned earlier, we also have here a ball cutter, that is a sharp-edged scoop for cutting out balls of fruits and vegetables, like when making balls of melons and watermelon as shown on the image. And we also have here a spatula that is used for manipulating foods like spreading and can also be used in mixing ingredients. Suster that is used to remove zest or citrus peels in thin strips like on the samples, and the zest of citrus fruits were used as flavorings. And number 4, butter curler that is used for making butter curls just like here on the sample, and making the certain butter aesthetically appealing when placed to a certain food item. Now that we are done discussing the nutritive value and tools used in preparing appetizers, let us now proceed with the classification and variety of appetizers. And we have here the following: fruit appetizers, canapé, grilled or over the coal, pastry breads and pastries, tasty tidbits, vegetable hors d'oeuvres, beverages, and they could also be classified as hot and cold appetizers. Fruits appetizers. They are light and refreshing fruits in the season that includes fresh and preserved fruits that are sliced, diced or scooped, placed in ice cream or syrups, placed in cups or toothpicks and other like dishes. Now we have here canapés, and canapés, they are small pieces of breads, toast or cracker topped with a highly seasoned food mixture. And canapés do have the following parts. First is the base. Base holds the spread and the garnish. And spread, so it is placed on the top of the base so that the garnish sticks to it without falling off. And lastly, garnish. It is any food item or combination of items placed on top of the spreads. Third, we have here grilled or over the coal, which is commonly served on outdoor functions where grilling takes place. So it includes grilled meats, marshmallows, chicken, sausages, livers, fish fillets, and even fruits and vegetables skewered on fine barbecue sticks. Pastry bread and pastries. So these kind of appetizers includes breads with different colors and shapes like muffins, cupcakes, empanadas, and other pastry product with or without fillings like peanut butter, jelly, jam, cheese, and butter. These kind of appetizers are commonly served in children's party. Now we have here tasty tidbits, and they are assortment of cheese, nuts, chips, fresh or preserved fruits, and vegetables. And they could be served in small trays, in glass bowls, wood or ceramic containers, and students' nachos, potato wedges, and fries, they could be classified as tasty tidbits. Next, number 6, we have vegetable hors d'oeuvres. And vegetable hors d'oeuvres, they are salty, tart, crisp food that use vegetable slices as base. So they differ slightly with most of the canapé, which uses bread or crackers as the base. But the spread, the toppings, and the garnish are more or less similar. Examples of these appetizers include celery stalks, eggplants, and lettuce. In preparing vegetable hors d'oeuvres, so the vegetables are sliced into desired thickness, then the soft edible part is scooped out and stuffed with various fillings. It can be served pickled, marinated, or cooked. Now we have here beverages, and beverages, they are seasonal or especially prepared drinks, just like a punch, which is a mixture of fruit juice and other beverage, often alcoholic. But remember that certain appetizers in form of beverages, they vary depending on the occasion and the guest, just like for graduations. So punch is appropriate for that, especially for young adults. Then wine is served for formal parties or dinners, and for children's party, so chocolate and other sweet beverages were served or offered. Appetizers can also be classified depending on their serving temperatures. So students, please analyze the following images. So which set of appetizers is under the classification of hot appetizers and cold appetizers? Okay, kindly decide. And let us now check if your answers are correct. So letter A or set A is under cold appetizers, and set B are the different hot appetizers. So they vary depending on the serving temperature. If it is served hot, then it is a hot appetizers. If it is served cold, then it is a cold appetizers. Hot hot and cold appetizers could also be termed as hot or cold hors d'oeuvres. So let us first differentiate these two. So first we have here hot hors d'oeuvres. In hot hors d'oeuvres, they are often served preceding a meal. They are served as the food at cocktail parties involving alcoholic beverages, and they are served between the soup and fish course and usually described as hot dish. In today's shortened menu, so they are often served instead a hot entry. The size and the richness of the hot hors d'oeuvres depends upon the composition of the menu. Then, a cold hors d'oeuvres, they are usually offered to stimulate the appetite and therefore should always be served at the first course of the meal. There are 5 types of cold hors d'oeuvres and they are served as follows. So plate of hors d'oeuvres platter, and grison platter. So for the plate of hors d'oeuvres, so it may consist of shrimps, smoked beef, poached egg, Spanish sardines and lettuce, and sauce can be served at the side. Then hors d'oeuvres platter, so it is a well-presented platter with a limited choice of simple or more expensive foods. The basic rule for it is that small quantity but big in quality, and at the same time attractively served. Then for the grison platter, so it may consist of 2 kinds of cold meat such as ham, smoked beef, peppered ham. So sauce can be served at the side as well, just like the plate of hors d'oeuvres. We also have here a rich hors d'oeuvres and assorted hors d'oeuvres. So rich hors d'oeuvres, it is still a classical form of presentation, and lobster should always be included. Then for the assorted hors d'oeuvres, so it can be served in a special portion platters with dishes or even from a serving cart. Now that we are done discussing the concepts, so please keep in mind this big idea that knowing the tools, classification, and variety of appetizers can help you to perform mise en place properly prior to the actual food preparation activity. That would be all for this week, so thank you so much for watching this video discussion. Make sure to accomplish your Genyo activities. So goodbye and God bless, students.